¿Por qué? ¿Por qué? Ganyan.
Hi, I'm Ma-an Asuncion-Dagñalan.
Hi, I'm Keoni Jin.
Hi, I'm Juan Carlos, and we're gonna talk about Blue Room here in Buttered Popcorn.
The story, it's about a rock band composed of privileged teenager who get caught because of drug possession, and they are brought to Blue Room, and that's where they have to make a difficult choice between freedom tsaka standing up for what they believe in. Yun lang.
So I'm playing the character of Anton. I wanna give you a vague idea of what Anton is without parang telling you everything about him, because at the same time you have to watch the film in order for you to totally understand where he's coming from. Anton kasi parang ganito lang siya sa anyo niya, pang labas na anyo. Like when you look at him and this and the parang that's him. But then he actually is way deeper than that. His emotion and where he's coming from, that's why he's acting in certain ways. Kasi marami siyang kalokohang ginawa. Not just before he left the band, but even after. So I mean, it's really something that you have to watch in order to understand, because it's something that if I explain, then masaspoil ko siya. I think the best answer would be watching the movie.
Character Christian is a Catholic, Mormon, and INC all in one. Joke lang. No, joke lang.
Nice.
Basically, Christian, mahirap din eh. Mahirap din sabihin yung dapat para hindi ma-spoil. Pero, I guess he's like, I guess the funny one in the band. That's all I have to say. The wild one. Yes, that's all.
Feel nervous, at the same time anxious, tapos excited din. Ayun.
It was fairly easy. It was fairly easy in a sense that there's still music involved. It wasn't really something na talagang so far from what I'm used to doing, which is music. Kasi I mean, I still have this big part of my heart which is really focused for filming. It's a big part of me that really is in love with film. I mean, I like to keep that parang artistry with my music. So binabawi ko sa music videos, or mga live performances, mga visual in terms of music. So yeah, there was not that big of a difference kasi yun nga, it was still involved. Music was heavily involved in this whole project. It was fairly easy naman.
I guess being in the band scene really helped develop the character. So I was really familiar with how people communicate, like musician or not. Parang how the set was made. It still affected like the way how I would normally do in that scene. It's like yung mga mannerisms like, hey, chong, mga ganyan. Simple lang. Pero yun. But being a vocalist, it's not the same. I guess in the revisers, I'm more of like, I would say I'm more for Rocky than Christian. Because as Christian, parang I'm all this jazz and whatever.
First and foremost is to look for a co-producer, and thankfully there's Heaven's Best and other friends who finance the film. Talagang the budget bloated because of that. But the good thing is we're not 24 hours anymore. We're not working 24 hours anymore. Parang 12 to 14 na. For me, that's a good thing. Kaya siya. Basta planado.
Yeah, ready naman. Personally, kasi it's not my priority. My priority is really my music. So if it's a good offer, if it's something nice, then makakagatin ko. Especially mga indie film. Yeah.
Kasi in the scene, sa mga gig scene, hindi lang mga musicians, diba, yung not only musicians interact there, but artists, like overall artists, diba, mga directors, producers, makeup artists, or visual artists, they all go hang out. And even behind the scenes, it still felt familiar, pero it just so happens iba lang yung work nila. And they're all really kind enough to give me tips. Tsaka palagi ako dumidikit sa mga directors if like tama ba o mali yung ginagawa ko. Because it's also my first time acting eh. I should like know my place kung if it's like too much acting or not. Ganun. So thank you, Direk Ma-an.
things that you can do as an actor is to portray a real life character. Kasi the challenge is really being able to hit that spot of being that character. So yun siguro yung pinakagusto ko siguro. Something like that. Por qué? Por qué? Ganyan.
Lead in a rom-com na hindi masyadong, maybe some kind of philosophical lead in a rom-com. Parang si Timothy Chalamet sa Lady Bird. Parang ganun, yung deep guy.
Yeah, yung character ni Troy, yun siguro yung pinakagusto kong ma-play. Kasi feeling ko lang it's a little bit further from who I am in real life. Kasi Anton has a little bit of similarities in terms of personality as how I am. So, which is also fine kasi it was easier to, in terms of execution. Pero si Troy kasi mabait eh. Hindi ako mabait in real life eh. So, yeah, I feel like si Troy yung pinakagusto kong character.
I feel like since it's my first film project, I really want to stick with Christian because he's a lot like me actually, with just a few tweaks na parang mas kolokoy, parang ganun.
Really hard to tell kasi this is my first film. So for me, the whole film is really a memorable one. So I guess the whole process, the whole thing for me is really unforgettable. I cannot really choose. Really difficult for me.
Actually, maraming na maka-unforgettable mo. Alam ko na paka-showbiz ng sagot na yun. Pero totoo siya. Maraming unforgettable moments sa set. I mean, marami kong mga ginawa doon, especially the whole fact that, for example, it was my first time working with everybody there. I never worked with any of them before, prior to that. And then Keoni, was his first time acting, so kami na-excite kami doon. Tapos, for example, yung mga sinurprise namin si Keoni sa birthday niya, nag-celebrate kami, meron kami konting disco na ginawa pagkatapos, sayawan kami. Di ako sumasayaw so napasayaw ako doon. Tapos maraming mga kalokohang ginawa, mga late night kwentuhan, mga madaling araw gising pa kami, tapos umaga yung call time. So I mean, masaya siya kasi after the show ended, the connection stayed between us eh. And ayun, masaya lang siya. Maraming unforgettable moments talaga.
I'd like to follow up on that, yung surprise birthday ko. Kasi yung araw na yun, I guess the hardest day to act based on what we were doing, the sequence that we were doing. Kasi while we were doing it in between breaks, parang ayaw namin mag-usap eh. Parang ganun. And then it just felt so tense. And then there's this thing that the acting coach calls yung pagpag. Like, don't bring whatever from the set home. Parang ganun. Not exact words, pero nagkataon after that day, birthday ko na. And then you all, washed it off talaga.
Risky. It's kind of showcasing this harsh reality and truth that people try to avoid and not talk about.
Yun, ako political risky siya.
Risky.
Ako nga sasabihin ko rin sana, young eh. Yun. Pero yeah. Ayun yung trivia. I started writing this 2010. So you were all young. And then I finished the script in 2018. Pero in 2018, in my mind, I was already imagining JK as one of the leads. Ayun.
It's basically 10 years in the making, Ate Ma, no?
Meaning, what's happening before, what's happening 10 years ago, it's still happening now.
Still happening now.
So nothing has changed. Yun.
In regards to the characters, it's very humanizing. Macroscopic way. Like seeing the whole thing, it's risky. Pero if it's just about the character arcs, it's humanizing.
Tama.
Yeah.
Ako nga pala si Anton.
Ako si Troy.
Ako si Rocky.
Christian.
Jigs.
Watch out for a new song premiering live sa... Saan nga ba?
Says here, Blue Room.
Di ba yan yung sa... Hindi.
Blue Room. Blue Room.
Don't forget to follow Sinepanghalina on Facebook,
Instagram, and TikTok.
And subscribe to their YouTube channel.